Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. But I got to start with this. Here's what the Robinhood CEO said. We actually came in good faith to meet with the SEC. I think we met with them 16 times, and unfortunately, that was not reciprocated. Sounds a lot like what happened with Ripple. They were going in, meeting with the SEC, being fully transparent, and guess what? They got tied up in a court battle that's been going on for over 3 years. And, right now, the SEC is cracking down on the on-off ramps while still cracking down on crypto at the same time. The sad part of this is that it's pushing innovation out of the United States, and it's also pushing people away from crypto. You know how many people most likely wanted to get involved with crypto, but then started reading about the SEC and said, well, maybe I shouldn't get into crypto. Because, people don't look at the SEC the way we look at the SEC. We know how corrupt the SEC actually is. But normies out there, they don't think the way we think. They don't see what we see. Our meetings with TradeFi around tokenization have become much more tangible. They now come to Ripple with real use cases teed up. At FT Crypto yesterday, I discussed why it won't be long before banks are ready for mass adoption of blockchain. Spoiler alert, it's happening. A lot's happening in the background as well. Here in the United States, I think a lot of the banks are working behind the scenes with these crypto companies. Gary's not going to be at the SEC forever, and Biden is not going to be in the White House forever, and Elizabeth Warren is not going to be a senator running an anti-crypto army forever. So these banks are probably already aligning themselves with these crypto companies. But of course, mass adoption is definitely going to happen either way, with or without the United States. Open banking on the rise in North America. New article on the Ripple homepage. So they're saying that there's a number of benefits to open banking, such as broaden revenue streams through new API-enabled products, improve customer personalization and satisfaction via increased touch points, strengthen relevance for financial institutions through diversification of client offerings, expanded data transfer capabilities in which competitive third-party providers can access bank account and transaction data through APIs, support for financial inclusion as a broader range of data points can be used to assess a customer's credit worthiness. Here's what I also see happening inside the United States when it comes to the banking system. A lot of banks are now getting involved with digital wallets already as well. But think about if the banks can offer a custody solution, if they could help you buy crypto directly through the banking system. You know how many people would get involved with crypto? Think about the people that buy crypto from the kiosk machine already. But here's what's going on. Until we get somebody new at the SEC, until we get a clear path forward through crypto regulations, nothing's going to happen in the United States. Once we have a clear path forward, we will be on the road to mass adoption. Billionaire real estate investor expects 1 or 2 bank failures a week. UK economist says entering a new dark age. And I think they're right about this. I've been saying this for a while. Speaking with CNBC on Tuesday, Sternlicht says he thinks that primary real estate lenders, community and regional banks are about to get whacked. Now, we know this is coming. There's going to be a massive liquidity crisis at some point, and they're going to need a solution. I think that's when we will see the real rise of XRP and that on-demand liquidity. But I think we are going to watch the banks collapse out in real time in the coming months, because it's also part of the big plan, consolidation of the banks. This comes from Smoke, Ripple, Visa, Ripple, Wells Fargo, Ripple, MasterCard. Just in, MasterCard, JP Morgan, Visa, Wells Fargo, and other top US banks are testing shared ledger technology for tokenized asset settlements. We know that Ripple will be involved here as well. This is what I always pictured for XRP. So you see Facebook, Google, Uber, Airbnb. Then you see Ripple. You see Visa, PayPal, Ally Pay, ACH, and in the middle, XRP, Ripple Liquidity Service. And that's where I think we are going to see the true value of XRP come from, where it's providing liquidity between all these different organizations, between all of these different banks over time as well. That's when we will see the true price of XRP. Tidal wave of mass adoption of blockchain being used as a utility infrastructure in 2024. There will be an explosion of blockchain use cases across the industry this year. Once again, also coming from Smoke. And I think the second half of 2024 is when we start to see utility a little bit drive the price of XRP. I'm not saying it's going to happen suddenly, but it's going to be gradually and always adding more utility over time. We're just not quite there yet, but it is definitely on the horizon. In 2024, crypto banks are expanding their roles as custodians of cryptocurrencies, adapting digital asset custody demands of clients, departure from traditional investment strategies, arrival of innovative potential of cryptocurrencies. Once again, also coming from Smoke. And they talk about the Bitcoin ETFs as well. The problem I see with the Bitcoin ETFs is that you can't borrow against them. You can't leverage them. So big financial institutions will back off from Bitcoin ETFs, because if they have something on their balance sheet that they can't leverage or borrow against, it's just not going to be for them going forward. However, I think as crypto starts picking up momentum inside the banking system over time, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be here in the US, it could be everywhere else in the world, we will see the rise of mass adoption for crypto. 2024 is witnessing an exciting revolution in the cryptocurrency banking sector. It begins this year, once again, also coming from Smoke. So you see crypto-focused banks, 21, traditional banks, 63, fintech and digital banks, 50. What's going on right now is any bank that's early to this, I mean, any bank that starts to utilize crypto and blockchain, they're going to get the upper hand on the competition. And as that continues, the competition has no choice but to push in the same direction. That's what will bring about mass adoption. And I think it's already happening on a small level already. Chad Steingraber showing Neum. This is how big Neum is getting. Rapidly expanding to 34 countries with card issuance, 100 currencies over 190 countries, 130 million customers, regulatory licensed, Ripple payments. Guess what? You have XRP, Navin Gupta. So even some of the places where they're not utilizing XRP yet, you can expect XRP to go live in those areas as well over time. And this is growing out at a very alarming rate right now. Everything right now is being fast-tracked. We are in the digital age, and technology is moving at the speed of light. That's why every single day you have more and more announcements around more and more rails getting put in place all the time. Biggest UK fintech launches trading platform supporting XRP. This comes from Revolut. And in here, they show you how big this actually is as well. They offer over 100 crypto assets, including XRP. But, you know, whenever they start to offer XRP, the way I look at it is like this. They want to make sure they're offering XRP so they don't miss out on one of the greatest run-ups we are ever going to see inside of crypto. And it's definitely coming. And that's why all these exchanges were in a hurry to relist XRP as well. Same reason that Coinbase relisted XRP. Donald Trump to accept crypto donations for presidential campaign. And I think this is a smart decision as well, because what's going to happen over time is any politician that is crypto friendly is more likely to get votes, even from people that might not be invested in crypto. Because if they understand what crypto is, sure, they might not like it as an investment, but they know it's the future. They might not like it as an investment, but they see it as a way of innovation pushing ahead here in the United States. Or maybe they have friends that invest in crypto and that will lean them one way or another. One thing I do know, though, is that crypto is going to be talked about on the mainstream media news, all during election time. And I like the idea of that because it's going to wake a lot of people up to crypto. Think about, as you know, as time goes on, you have those people that are on the fence about crypto right now. Maybe they're interested in crypto, but they're not ready to jump in yet. This could push them into crypto very fast. But you know, this year I think is going to be a very big year for XRP and the rest of these utility-driven cryptocurrencies. Because the second half of the year, I think tokenization is really going to start to amp up. I think we're also going to have crypto regulations put in place by then. And if they're not in place yet, they're definitely going to be at the forefront. I think we're going to have stablecoin regulations this year for sure. I think if we don't have crypto regulations by the end of this year, it's going to happen early 2025. But you know, until it all happens, you got to stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.